So in a relationship, you got to meet them halfway. And the halfway is original expectation, right? That's you. Versus who they truly are. Because I would evaluate how I would do things. All right, that's a good way to do things. So I was assuming the way I was doing things was the right way to do things. But in a relationship, it ain't about my way. And remember, I said it ain't about what's right. It's about what's right for us. So in a relationship, you got to meet them halfway. And the halfway is original expectation, right? That's you. Versus who they truly are. I understand you can have an expectation of how you want your partner to be. I can understand you have an expectation of who you want your kid to be. I can understand you have an expectation of who you want your best friend to be. But you got to meet them halfway with your expectation and who they really are. If my expectation is for all of my friends to, if at the drop of a dime, it's like, you know what? Somebody like, you know what? Fuck Flint, Michigan. Niggas from Flint can't really hoop. My expectation is for, if we got our shorts and some hoop shoes, all my friends who step out on that court, you ain't got to kill, but don't embarrass me, right? We from Flint. We played basketball all day long during the summer, coming in smelling like outside. You know what? Y'all think white people know what smelling like outside is? Never mind, because I don't like y'all response, and I'm not trying to take it there. I promise you, take it there. I'm taking it further. It's something you don't want to do. Ooh. But my expectation is, come on, man. We hooped all the time. Don't embarrass me out here if a basketball game break out. But I do got a homeboy. I know if he got to be the fifth on that court, it's going to be trouble, man. He's a decent athlete, but not when it comes to that round ball. So that's unfair for me to have an expectation for him not to embarrass me. My expectation is for him just don't hurt nobody, brother. So when you're in a relationship, you got to meet them halfway. So another example is trying to make a sporadic person organized, really, really organized and detailed. Yeah, you can give them pointers. Yeah, you can give them tips. If there are certain things that they are doing that are affecting your relationship with them being sporadic, attack those. Just those. But you can't try to make this sporadic person just this overnight, neat, and organized person. Your expectation with who they really are, you got to meet them halfway. And I'm going to bring up a scenario. I was in a relationship with somebody, and they had a lot going on. They would keep stuff here. Nothing was definite, right? There was no definite place for one thing. There wasn't as much structure as I would like. Right? Or as I am used to. And we got into it because she couldn't find her keys. It was time to go. She couldn't find her keys. Man, something just happened a couple days before, similar, whatever the case may be. But my expectation for her was a little too high on my how I like to do things about being organized. But you know what she did? She met me halfway. Without saying nothing, the next time I came, we seen each other or came home. She had bought just one of those things you hang on the wall where you can hang your keys. Just something that simple to me wasn't. She didn't have to come to me and say, "You right? Hey, I'm sorry for this," or whatever the case may be. Or I was expecting her to have a detailed calendar, but that's me meeting her halfway. Now I know you understand, right? Because accepting neutral is understanding. Understanding isn't going forward. It's neutral. So by you buying that to hang your keys and showing a little more organization, that's showing me that you understand how I feel. That don't mean you're going to become this truly overly organized person, but you are showing that you went into, even if you didn't go into a neutral at that point, you spent some time with it. And went in neutral, like, you know what? I do understand. I ain't going to do everything in that manner, but I do understand. So you got to meet somebody halfway, whoever they are. I got a homeboy, and and with his kids, he used to get mad at them for, man, they left their sock in the middle of the floor. Like, yo, why would he do this? And he getting mad at his kids, yelling, why are they leaving stuff in the middle of the floor? And he had to realize that's what he do. He do it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's who you are. So you can't expect your girl to be the girl on Instagram. You can't expect your guy to be the guy who's buying all the bags, unless your guy is the guy who buys all the bags. You can't expect your girl to take all the pictures with the angles and y'all always look good and always show her very, very best side if your girl ain't the one who's showing the angles, if that ain't who she truly is. So if you agree to get in a relationship, or if you are binded in a relationship as far as with your children, you agree to, or you are binded into a relationship, you got to understand that other party, even though, like your kid, even though I understand you created them, that's your DNA. They got their own everything. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch your kids grow, think about when you watch your kids grow from 3 to 6 to 12. That when you just really see their personality, you know what I'm saying? At first it goes from just nurturing them to make sure that they get the best and being there to hold their hand as they go through life, to realize like, oh man, you really got a personality. You really cool. Or you really, in some cases, corny. And that's going to, matter of fact, I want to speak to that. If we go into original expectations versus who you truly are. Nobody want their kid to be corny. Sometimes you're going to have a corny kid. Nobody want their kid to suck at sports. Sometimes your kid going to suck at sports. I hate seeing that when the parents is yelling from the crowd and you yelling something, first of all, you probably couldn't do. That's why you don't understand it. That's why you're yelling and you don't understand your kid is not good. Whatever. Effort, cool if you yelling for effort. But stay in front of him. Nigga, he Luka. He cooking me, dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be wanting the kids to be able to turn around and look in the stands and be like, yo, he's just cooking me, dad. I'm trying. Your expectations for when you paid your $5 to come in this middle school game and watch me play was that you can go to work the next day and talk about how well I did, or because you played basketball well, or because you watch a lot of basketball, because you like sports, or because you got a lot of pride, that's how you want everything to go in your life. That was your expectations. But the reality is I might not be that good. I might be trying, or I'm trying and he cooking me because he that deal. Sometimes you're going to run into somebody who that deal. And you yelling at me or your expectation is not going to help the situation. So throw it in neutral, dog. With who I really am. Who am I? Whoever the person you're in a relationship with, meet them halfway with who they are. It's cool to have expectations. It's totally fine to have expectations. It's totally fine to have standards for any relationship that you would like to be in. But you got to realize what's on the other side. KYP. Shout out to Grady. One time we hooping just at a church randomly. Just a pickup game, close game. He got pissed, dog. At the close game, they lost. You know what I'm saying? It was a girl out there hooping. It was two girls. They was checking each other. But game point, dude threw it to a girl on the fast break. She lost the ball. You know what I'm saying? They came down, scored. Grady got real mad. Come on, man. Throw somebody. Hey, we down. We got one more possession, man. Throw it to somebody. We got to get somebody to score. KYP, man. KYP. Wasn't no money on the line or nothing. He was pissed up. But you got a KYP. Know your personnel. Know your person. Or shout out to Wells. Wells say know your nigga. Or know your lady. So don't have no expectations of what you see. Or even if you got those expectations of what you see on your online for your relationship or for relationships, you better make sure that they met with reality with who your guy is. When they on trips and they looking good, that's cool. Y'all go on trips and y'all can look good, but they look good. You want to take these pictures in the bathing suit. If your guy don't work out, you better come to reality with who he is. He gonna have that t-shirt on, or he gonna have that tank top on. So it's cool for you to have that expectation, but it gotta be met with reality. Never get away from reality with your expectation. Your expectation is not an excuse to be exempt from reality. Your expectation is not an excuse to be exempt from reality. Do you understand? Just because you expected something or you expected something to go a certain way, that don't give you an excuse to not accept what it really is. I say all the time, or I used to say, reality ain't what you want, it's what it is. That's it.
Word, always keep that shit a buck. And if a nigga test your bloodline, stand for yours. The only thing that matters in this world, who wanted more? Look, never not believed in me. That's just how I'm cut. Be a man about your word. Always keep that shit a buck. And if a nigga test your bloodline, stand for yours. The only thing that matters in this world, who wants it more, yeah.